All right, y'all, we're gonna make some sour cream chicken enchiladas. We're gonna start with 2 breasts of shredded chicken. I already cooked and shredded it. And then we're gonna put in about a tablespoon of taco seasoning over the top there. And we're gonna do some Rotel and just pour that in there. Just kidding, Rotel. Just trying to stir the pot here.
Gotcha.
No pun intended. And then we got some cream of chicken. We're gonna do half the cream of chicken. Don't do the whole thing, all right? Half of it. A little bit more. Okay. All right, we want to save that half for later, something else. We're gonna need that, all right? So now that we got all that together, we're gonna stir it up, get it all mixed together. All right, so now that that's good and mixed together, we're gonna take our tortillas and just put some of this in each one. Okay, then we fold it up. And this part is important, y'all. If you don't have experience making enchiladas, you want to put it seam side down.
Oh.
Don't have that seam up, or my abuelita is gonna yell at you, you know. So just keep spooning them into there. Make sure, you know, don't skimp, but also make sure you have enough room to be able to fold it. Get that seam side down. See, this one I might have done a little too fat. But if I stuff it in there, I think we're good. If I was cooking this with my mother-in-law, she could even show you how to make some handmade corn tortillas. It's looking good. Okay, now next step. Take a small mixing bowl here. You want to take that cream of chicken where we left half of it in there. See, there's still half in there. Dump that in there. All right, now you got that half a can in there. We're going to put 8 ounces of sour cream in there. And then we're going to do 1 cup of whole milk, which is about half of this. Actually, it's exactly half of this. Put a little bit more. All right, there we go. And then we're going to mix all that together. All right, now that we got all that mixed together, we're gonna pour that mixture over the top of the enchiladas. That looks good, don't it?
It's amazing.
Okay, now that we got all that, and just spread it. Make sure you got it evenly spread over the top there. Finally, once you got all that on there, you're gonna take a bunch of cheese. I hand shredded this. That's why it's so small and pretty and kind of clumping together, because that's how it is when you actually shred your cheese. And just spread it over the top. All right, it's looking pretty good and cheesy to me. All right, we got the oven preheated to 350. We're gonna put it in there for 20 minutes. All it needs is 20 minutes, and we'll come back and take a look. All right, let's take a look. Oh, brother.
Wow.
Look at that. Man, that looks awesome. Okay, this is great. Oh, I love how the sour cream, and make sure you get that aerial view of it too. Show the people what's up. All right, I'm just gonna let it cool for just a few minutes, and then we're gonna try this thing. Look at this guy right here. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Man, I cannot wait to put this in my mouth. That is really one of my favorite enchiladas I've had. Like, I'm not even saying it just because I made it. It really, man, you people who think cooking sour cream is weird, I'm telling you, you got to try it, and then you'll see for yourself why I got to keep eating this right now, and I have to end this video. So Try it, people. All right, y'all, we're gonna make a loaded potato casserole. We got 6 potatoes that I diced and peeled and boiled for about 10 minutes. That's where we're gonna start, and we're gonna put in a stick of butter, softened up. And we're gonna do 1 cup of sour cream, which is about half, well, really exactly half this container. There we go. We're going to do 4 ounces of cream cheese. Look at all that just white creaminess going on in there. And more to come. We're going to do half a cup of whole milk. We're going to do some cooked bacon. It's already cooked. And I cut it up into pieces. Not all of it. We're going to save a little bit for a part towards the end. We're going to do a heaping teaspoon of minced garlic. And we got some shredded Colby Jack. We're going to put about a cup and a half worth of cheese. We're not going to use all this cheese. We're going to save some also for towards the end of the recipe. There we go. Finally, we're going to throw some salt and pepper on this baby. And let's give it a nice mix. You want to just gently stir it all together. You don't have to like mash up the potatoes. You just want to kind of gently stir it. I mean, if they get a little mashed up, that's fine. That's good. It just doesn't have to be, you know, like mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got that pretty good and stirred up in there. So we're going to take our 13 by 9 dish here and just dump these babies in there. Ooh, wow. Ooh. Thicky thick. All right. Now that we got that in there, we're gonna smooth it over the top. Got that pretty good and smooth over the top there. So we're gonna take that remaining cheese that we had left over, sprinkle it over the top here. Just try to evenly distribute it. I did Colby Jack. Some people might want to do some sharp cheddar. Whatever cheese you prefer, honestly, that's what you can do. All right, so we got the cheese on there, and then we're going to take that remaining bacon that we had also left, put that on the top. That way it can look real pretty when you bring it to the family reunion. Y'all know we eat with our eyes, right? All right, y'all. So we got the oven preheated to 375. We're going to put it in there for about 25 minutes. And we'll come back and check on it. All right, y'all. Let's check out this loaded potato casserole. Oh, that smells good. I smell that bacon too. It's like my favorite smell in the world. I can tell this sheet pan is about to flip. Hopefully it doesn't do it on screen. We'll see. Yeah, get a nice look at that. I think it's time to try this baby. You don't necessarily need a spatula for this because it's a potato casserole, but that's what I'm gonna use. I can already tell this is gonna be like the perfect side dish. Looks so like perfect and creamy. Oh yeah. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, y'all. This is like the perfect side dish. You got a family get together, you got a family reunion, trying to party. You know, you just want to go heavy side dishes at the Super Bowl, whatever you want to make it for. This is some good stuff. Y'all got to try it for real. And roll it into our 13x9 baking dish. Once we have it all pushed to the edges there, we're going to take some melted butter that I mixed with some garlic salt. I'm going to take half of this mixture. We did 4 tablespoons of butter and just spread it over before we start our layering of the meats and the cheeses. Okay, there we go. So let's start our layers. We're going to start with some provolone and just kind of overlap just slightly on each one. Next we got our ham. You want to get a nice amount in there, but you also don't want to overdo it because we want to be able to roll this baby. Let's get one more piece of the ham. So we got the ham in there. Next we're going to do our pepperoni. These are smaller, so we're just going to put it in the middle here. This is about halfway through our layering. There we go. And then, of course, we're doing Stromboli, so we got to do some salami. That in there. And you want to leave, I messed up here, you want to leave a little bit of room on the edges. For when you do this. There we go. Yeah. A little bit of room. And then finally, we're going to add some mozzarella. Ella. And probably one more piece. Boom. All right, y'all, now time for the fun part. We're gonna take this baby and we're gonna just roll it very gently. We wanna try to not break the pizza dough if we can avoid it. Try to just do it really, maybe if I roll it from this side, try not to break that pizza dough. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, and try to close that seam there. All right, and finally, before we throw it in the oven, we're gonna take that butter mixture, like I mentioned, and just put it over the top here. So it bakes really nicely on top. And if you want a little extra flavor on the top of it, you can also dust it with a little extra garlic salt on top. All right, y'all, so we got the oven preheated at 400. We're gonna put it in there for 20 minutes and it should be nice and golden brown after 20 minutes. And we'll come back and check on it. Check out this Stromboli. Ooh, it's like a perfect golden brown on top. Wow. All right, let's cut this into some nice pieces here. Looks kind of like a sub, but then it smells like a pizza. All right, let's give this baby a try. We got some marinara here. Oh yeah, let's give it a try. All right, y'all, we're gonna make some Jello cake. Start with a white cake mix. And then we're gonna throw in 1 cup of water. Half a cup of vegetable oil. And 3 eggs. Basically, you're just gonna make it as the instructions tell you. We're gonna give that a nice stir. All right, now that you have that good and mixed together, we're gonna take our 13 by 9 and just pour the cake mix in there. Use your spatula to get try to get all the amount out that you can get. Try to be thorough with it. Don't want y'all fussing at me about the scraping my bowls. Especially these days, we don't want to waste, you know. This could be a good Easter cake or, you know, birthday cake or any kind of cake, really. All right, so we've got the oven preheated to 350, so we're gonna throw it in there for about 30 minutes. All right, y'all, our cake is ready. So now we're gonna poke some holes up in there, about 1 inch to 1/2 inch apart. Just do some holes all the way through. This is a Jello poke cake. You can use any kind of Jello you want. You can do I'm doing strawberry. You can do raspberry. I mean, they have all kinds of crazy flavors now. What's your favorite Jello, Rain?
I don't even know.
You like the green one?
The green one's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I think that's like green apple or something. I don't know, it kind of makes me think of the hospital too, so it's like, but not this. This is a really wonderful cake. Okay, so we got our final hole in there. We're gonna step over here and make our Jello real quick. So let's throw this in here. We got a 3-ounce Jello packet. We're gonna throw 1 cup of boiling water. Smells so good. Smells like some Kool-Aid. That's what I grew up on. Let's get that kind of mixed in there. All right, that's pretty good and dissolved. Once we have that dissolved, we're gonna pour in a cup of cold water. Anybody who's done Jello knows the deal. So we got that in there. All right, now that that's ready, we're gonna take this liquid that we made and we're gonna pour it. If it pours over cake, that's fine too, but we wanna try to kind of pour it so it falls in the holes. Because this is a Jello cake. That's why we made these holes. Just fill up the holes with your Jello. All right, you guys. Now, once that's ready, we're gonna walk over here to the fridge. And we're gonna put it in the fridge for like 3 to 4 hours, and then we're gonna come back and check on it. All right, we got our Jello cake. We're gonna bring it right over here. We got one little final step before we give it a try. Got some whipped topping here. I'm just gonna smooth it over the top. Some of you might want to just do it per piece. Or if you're going to a big gathering, you can just do it on the whole thing like I'm doing now. All right, y'all, now that we have that nice and smooth over the top there, let's dig in. Let's see here. Let's go right in. Look at that. Look at the inside of it.
Wow.
How cool is that? Let's give it a try. Whoa. Y'all, this is really good. Whoa. Sweetie, this is gonna be dangerous for you to have in the house. Oh my God. Y'all, if you want an easy, good cake, make this. Try it. Trust me. Today we're going to make crock pot cornbread casserole. We're starting with 1 can of sweet corn cream style. And then I drained these whole kernels of corn that we're also going to put in there. 1 can of that. Moving right along. We've got 1 stick of melted butter. Make sure to get all that little melty goodness in there. And then we have 2 large eggs that I already beat. We're going to pour that in there. Don't want to waste none of the good egg stuff in there. All right, now that that's in there, got 1 cup of sour cream. We're going to put the whole thing, just plop it on in there. Boom. This is going to be some creamy, corny goodness. If I ever seen it in my life. Okay, we have all that sour cream in there. And finally, most important part, we have Jiffy corn muffin mix that we're just gonna dump in there. A little bit more. Sometimes there's little clumpies in there. But you gotta go home, little clumpies. Go home to your crock pot. Okay. So now that that's in there, we're gonna give it a nice little stir, get all the ingredients kind of mixed in there together. So we have that on there. We're gonna put the top on. Oops, here we go. Top on, and we're gonna put it on low for 3 to 4 hours. And we're gonna come back and this thing's gonna be looking good, I promise. Let's take a look at this crock pot cornbread casserole. Ooh, that is looking good. This feels like the perfect thing that would be if you have 2 crock pots in conjunction with like a chili that you could cook both for about the same amount of time, and then you got the cornbread and the chili. Well, let's give this thing a try. Ooh, wow. Get down in there. Now remember, this is a cornbread casserole. See how it tastes. That's pretty dang good. That is really good. That's like a perfect side dish. That would definitely go great with some chili. Maybe throw some hot sauce in it if you're from Louisiana. Oh yeah, we like it. Hamburger stew. I'm gonna start with about 2 pounds of roasted potatoes that I peeled and diced. Then we're gonna add in about 1/2 pound of carrots, just about 4 or 5 carrots. Put that in there. We're gonna put in 1 yellow onion. I got a big yellow onion, so I'm not gonna use all that. Don't wanna over onionize it. That's a word. And we're gonna add in 2 good heaping teaspoonfuls of minced garlic. In fact, actually, I want a little bit more. Actually, I want 1 more. There we go. I like a lot of garlic in my hamburger stew. Next, we got our stewed tomatoes that we're gonna pour over that. And very important part, the hamburger. Got 1 pound of ground beef. We're gonna drop in there. My hands are clean, I washed them. Just give that a good little stir real quick. Just a light stir, because I'm about to put some seasonings on there. All right. Next, we're gonna take some parsley. Just give it a good sprinkling. This will be at your discretion. Rosemary. Give it that little bit of rosemary flavor. I don't like doing too much of it because it can kind of overpower the others. Also, rosemary is good for growing back your hair, that I'm finding out recently. Got some black peppercorn and thyme. Anybody got time for that? I'm sorry, forgive me. Okay, once we have those seasonings in there, we're gonna give it another gentle stir, kind of get everything mixed in together before we add our last few ingredients. This hamburger stew. All right, once we get that a gentle stir, we're gonna put in 2 cups of beef broth. And we're gonna put in some Worcestershire. I never know how to pronounce that. I still do not know how to pronounce this, but Worcestershire sauce. It's pretty powerful, so you don't want to do too much of it. Also powerful, soy sauce. We're gonna do even less of that, but just a little bit, give it that little bit of kick. There we go. Give it one final stir to make sure everything is mixed together, the spices, the sauces, all the things you want in there. Give it that good last final stir. We're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna put it on high for 4 hours. High for 4 hours, and we'll come back and this thing should be ready to go. Let's check on our hamburger stew. Mmm. Smell all those spices. Look at that. That looks good. Okay, one little pro tip here. So take your spoon and kind of just gently smash up some of the potatoes. You probably won't see them because they'll be more towards the bottom once you smash them. But what that's going to do is just thicken up your stew just a little bit. What you're going to do is you're going to add in some frozen peas. You don't even have to thaw them because frozen peas will thaw out really quickly in the stew itself. So let's just get this mixed in there. Should only take a minute. Okay, we got those pretty good and mixed in there, so let's serve it up. That looks like a hearty stew. I mean, just look at that. That makes me think of like if I grew up in England in the 1700s or something. This is what I would have eaten. The classic hamburger stew. Let's give it a try. It's got everything you need. All in one delicious bite. Mmm. That really is good. Wow. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I really do like this. It's really easy to make. It's really easy to put together. You just throw it in there, go for 4 hours, go do whatever you need to do some shopping, come back, you got a hearty meal for you and your family.